Welcome to this video. We are going to be discussing about the trim function. I'm going to show you what the trim function does. So we'll come here and do equals to trim. It removes all spaces from a text string except for single spaces between words. It is used to correct irregularities in data. So that is what it functions. So we are going to go right into it, trim. Then you highlight this. Then you close your parentheses and you click enter. Automatically, it has corrected it for you. You can see that it has double spaces here. It has corrected it to just the normal spacing it should have. We're going to come here right at the end of our line. Then we draw down. This is going to apply to all our text. You can see it has taken away the spaces. Madagascar, it has taken out Mauritania, it has taken it away. New Caledonia, it has taken it away, and so on and so forth. You can also apply this trim function here also. This is another way to clean your data. This helps in data cleaning. Equals to trim. You might come across a dirty data, and a dirty data is not good for analysis. You want to trim that data. So you come here, you highlight this also. Then you close your bracket. You see, it has applied this. It has applied this to all the tests also. You see, it has cleaned this receptionist and the manager. That is the use of the trim function. So we're going to be moving over to the concatenate function. As it sounds, to concatenate means to add, to bring together, to join together. So we're going to you want to join this first name and this last name. So I just named the header concatenation. You can just put it name. So equals to concatenate, you see, concatenate, join several text strings into one text string. So concatenate text one and text two. Text one, comma, text two. You close your parentheses, you click enter. You come here and you drag down. It has applied it all. It has joined, it has concatenated all these text into one text. But if you look at this, you can notice that it's not looking very clean in the eyes. You can come here, then you add your apostrophe. In between the apostrophe, you add a space. Then you put your comma. Yes, then you press enter. You see, it has added a space in between that, and you can apply it for all these functions. You can see that it has been applied. You can also come here, if you don't add a space, maybe you wanted to add a dash. And you add within the apostrophe is what is going to be applied. You see, it has added a dash in between. You see, that's added a dash in between. So that is the function of concatenation. That's how concatenation works. It joins two texts and make them one. So we're going to work with this instead. So yes, that's the function of concatenation. So next, I'm going to show you about the substitute function. So we are going to go with the substitute function now. The substitute function replaces existing text with new text in a text string. So as it does, so that's the function. It replaces values with values in a row or column. So let me explain it further. with an example substitute. Maybe I want to replace all the male here with men. So I can just do substitute the text. This is the place I want to replace. Then you highlight that, put your comma. Then the old text is the male. Then I want to replace them with my new text, which are the men, which is the men. Then I close my parentheses. Then I click enter. Then I come here. I will drag it down and it reflects. So the substitute function can also work with instances. Yes, let me show you what I mean. Equals to substitute. I want to substitute this date format, the slash for a dash. Like for example, you might come to a data set where maybe one of these slashes here are dash, and you might want to correct that. So I'm going to show you a way to do that. So you can just come and substitute. You highlight this text with your comma, then you write your old text, your slash, you close with your comma, then we'll put your new text. Sorry. Then you close your parentheses. Sorry, then you put your instance. I want it to be at instance 1. I want the correction to take place at instance 1. Then I close my parentheses. Then I click enter. Automatically, you've seen the change. It changed this slash here to a dash at instance 1, at the first instance. So if I drag and drop, you can see that everything has been changed, that everything has been altered. So let me show you again at instance 2. You can start like this, substitute. This is the text you want to substitute. If you want to try it at instance 2, you put your slash, old text. You put your comma, you put your apostrophe. You put your comma. Then at instance 2, you want to correct it from a dash to a slash. Then you close your parentheses and you click. You can see that. You can see the power of substitute. You can see what it does. Then you can also drag and drop. Once you drag and drop, you can see that the changes has been effected. So that's how the substitute function works. It's also useful in data cleaning because you might be in a scenario where there might be a slash here, and there might also be maybe a slash here, a dash here, and a slash here, and this is irregular. So you have to, in order to able to effect that change, you can use the substitute function for this. So all right, so we're going to move over to the len function. We're going to move over to the len function. I'm going to be showing you how to use the len function in your data set. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to be showing you how to use the len function in Excel. So let's get right into it. So equals to len. It returns the number of characters in a text string. You can see it just simply returns the number of characters. So for example, let me show you. Maybe I want to know the number of characters that are in female. So I can just double tap, then highlight this, close your parentheses, enter. You see, it is 6 characters. FE for 2, MALE for 4. So it is 6 characters. So you can also do this if you want to highlight the whole cell. Then you drag and drop. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the write function. Maybe here, you can see what it does. It returns the specified number of characters from the end of a text string. So maybe I want to pick, in this column of gender, maybe I want to pick the first 4 characters starting from the right. So I can just select this. Sorry. You can write. So I can just select this. Remember, I want to pick the first 4 characters starting from the right. So I can just write 4, then I'll close my parentheses. Now I press equals. You see, it has picked the first 4 characters starting from the right, which is the E, the L, the A, and the M, the male. So if I drag and drop, it has picked the first 4 characters in all this text string. So let me also show you how the left works. So let me pick the first 3 characters starting from the left in this occupation stroke status column. So you highlight this with your comma. Now write 3. We are going to pick the first 3 letters. We are going to pick the first 3 letters starting from the left in this column right now. So you can just watch it does. You press enter, it has picked RET, then you drag and you drop. Automatically, it has done the work for you. So that's how the right function, the left function, and the len function works. The len function just gives you the number of the characters, while the right starts from the right to pick the letters, starts from the right to count the letters you want to pick, and the left starts from the left to count the letters you want to pick. So let me show you also how the proper and the upper function works. You can see how it works. It converts a text string to a proper case. The first letter in which word is an uppercase, and all the other letters is in lowercase. For example, let me show you what I mean. You select this. I want to make all this, then I close my parentheses. I want to make it in a proper case. You can see how scattered the names are arranged, but if I use the proper case, you can see how arranged. So you can see the effect. You can see how it just arranged the data in a very good format. You just arrange the names in a very good format. You can see this one. It converted it. This is a proper case and this is an upper case. It just converted it into a proper case and proper case. So that's how the proper case works. So we're going to move over to the upper case, equals to upper. You double click. Then you highlight the text here also. Then you close your parentheses and you click enter. You see, it has made everything to be in an uppercase. So it depends on how you want to arrange your data. So I'm going to be showing you how the split function works. I'm going to be using delimiters. I'm going to be showing you how to split text into different columns using delimiters. So work with me as I show you this. So I'm going to highlight this column right now. I'm going to move over to data. I'm going to move over to text to column. You can see delimited. You will click next. My delimiters are a space. You can see it as, you click next. Then you click your destination. This is my destination. Then you click finish. So automatically it has splitted these names for you into first name and last name. So this is a very good way to split your data